Young Adult Podcast.
Welcome to podcast 193, everybody.
193.
Welcome back to our faithful audience. We love you guys so much.
Yes.
Just want to remind you that if you are watching on YouTube or if you're listening, head on over to our YouTube if you're listening and leave us a comment.
Yes.
Let us know what your favorite segment is. Let us know if there's a topic you want us to discuss, if you have a great Bible question.
Oh, yeah.
We love your questions and your comments, so please drop us a comment. Make sure you like and subscribe.
True.
All that good
It's
stuff.
true. It costs nothing to leave a comment.
That's right. I left a comment on a YouTube video the other day
What'd you say?
where the guy said,
Did you say L video?
No,
Okay,
the
perfect.
guy said, if you like, it was like a very different video from what he normally does.
Okay.
He's like, if you like this kind of content, let me know, and maybe I'll make more. And it was very helpful. It was like an educational video,
There you go.
and I learned something, and I was like, this was helpful. You should make more.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, it's that simple.
That's so simple.
All right, well, guys, we had a crazy week with the Pistons.
We did.
No one was right.
I know. We didn't even introduce. I'm here still. Pastor Luke
yeah.
is still on vacation.
Yeah, if you guys are just
Yeah.
listening,
If
Pastor
you're-
Luke's still on vacation.
If you're listening, Pastor Luke does not have a crazy cold or anything. His voice did not change. Preston's still here in his chair,
That's
taking
right.
a spot again this week. He should be back next week, though.
Yeah, so we'll be back next week. And it is obviously Tuesday. We record on Tuesday, so it's actually St. Patrick's Day today.
is.
We'll talk more about that in a little bit. But right now, let's get to the picks.
Who will win?
It's time for the picks.
All right, guys. This week, all three of us picked differently.
We did.
3 different options. The Pistons hit none of those options.
It's true. I was pretty upset. I was feeling so confident because they had won every game until Monday,
Until Monday.
and then they lost.
And I was rooting for them to lose on Monday because I was like, man, if they lose, then me and Preston both will have gone 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
Pastor Luke will have gone. He went 1-3
Yes.
because he predicted them to go 1-3. They went 3-1. So we adjusted the scoreboard
We did.
accordingly. Pastor Luke is now in the back seat all by himself.
Mm-hmm.
No longer a tie at 17-13. Preston picked up some ground.
I'm in sole possession of second place right now, and I'm happy.
19-11. And then I'm in first still somehow by the grace and miracles of God
Dude, you're pulling away too. You have a 5-point lead.
with 24-6. I genuinely don't know how that happened or why I've been so good at these picks. But it's been working. So
I guess.
take
I think
it.
it's because you don't have any strategy, maybe, or no prior Pistons knowledge,
that's true.
and so you're just like, I don't know, 3-1.
Yeah, I do look at the games and I look
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
at their like matchups and they're like the Vegas like point spread.
Yeah.
And then there's a little bit of gut feeling there too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I do.
Huh. What are your picks for this week?
All right, I'm going. I can't remember. We got 4 games again. This week. Big week.
They play the Wizards back-to-back
They
first.
play the Wizards back to back. I think I'm going to go 3 wins and a loss.
Okay.
And I think they're going to go 3 and then 1.
Okay.
I think is what I'm trying to remember from their schedule, but I think that's what I decided.
I don't know. Last week, I had a crazy theory that I was a week behind on my predictions, and I was almost right. But it was proved to be incorrect.
Right.
So now I'm back to, I don't know, 4-0.
He's going 4-0.
They win every game.
Winning.
I don't know.
And then we have no idea what Pastor Luke is. Maybe when he gets back from vacation.
I think whatever they do, we should say that he did the opposite. So he's
Yeah.
firmly in third place.
If they go 4-0, Pastor Luke picked him to go 0-4.
Yep. If they go 2-2, I don't know what to tell you.
All right, and then Preston,
Yes.
you had something else you wanted to do because
I did.
if you're not a basketball fan, maybe like myself, you might know, maybe you don't know, this week starts March Madness.
It does, and I'm very excited about March Madness. I love the tournament. I love college basketball. And so I filled out a bracket,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm not confident about my bracket at all.
All right.
But I just wanted to showcase it on
Yeah,
the podcast.
come on,
So even if I'm terrible at picking Pistons games, maybe I picked this right.
Maybe he did.
And if I didn't, then I'm going to look even more dumb. But here we go. I have my bracket here.
All right, Preston's reaching over. He's grabbing his bracket.
Probably can't see this on the camera because we're so far out, but it's right here. Maybe I'll throw a picture.
Show it to that camera.
Boom.
It's a little zoomed in. There you go.
If you want to read it, pause it, screenshot it, zoom in. But I'm not going to read all 64 things.
Oh, praise God.
I'm just going to go with that one and make for a really long and boring podcast. But I think I'm going to do my last 8 teams.
Okay, yeah. Who you got in the Elite Eight?
In the Elite Eight, I got Duke, Michigan State, Nebraska, Houston, Virginia, Michigan, Purdue, and Arkansas.
Okay.
I got Duke and MSU going head-to-head in the Elite Eight. Duke pulls through.
Gotcha.
They're in the Final Four. Nebraska, underrated team. I think they're better than a 4 seed. Taking on Houston, but Houston's been a powerhouse the last couple years. Houston moves on. Arkansas, Purdue. Purdue's too good. Purdue, and then Michigan, Virginia. Michigan gets the last spot in the Final Four. In the championship, Michigan and Duke.
Okay.
And Duke takes it.
Duke takes it.
Duke is famous for choking in the tournament, though.
Okay.
So I don't feel confident at all. And this year is the year that I've watched the least amount of college basketball in my entire life.
Yeah.
So I don't know very much.
Well, maybe it'll help you because I haven't watched hardly any Pistons basketball, and I'm winning. So.
Ooh, maybe. Nice.
maybe that's the theme.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
All right, so we got a culture clash segment coming up. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. This clashes with my biblical worldview.
Man, that clashes with my biblical worldview.
How is my Pastor Luke impression?
Does he do that?
Yeah, that's how he does it.
I thought you were just doing the voice. So, although
let me know in the comments if you guys thought that was a pretty good Pastor Lucas impression.
I'd give it like a 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10. Wow. Okay.
There's room for improvement.
Well, I'll work on it. I'll keep working on
perfect.
it. He's normally the one that introduces the segments, not me. So
I see.
I'm flying by the seat of my pants here, guys.
It's all good.
All right. We got some culture clashes. I can't remember who went first last week.
You went first last week.
Do you want to go first this time?
Sure, I'll go first.
All right.
I brought my laptop so I can make sure I have enough notes.
All right.
So
you and Pastor Luke are notes guys.
Yeah, I don't like to fly by the seat of my pants because I don't know. I'm afraid they'll rip. No, but so my culture clash, there was an article on the Wall Street Journal yesterday that I saw, and it's something that I have seen in, like, not my life, but people around me in their life. And the article is called, "I'm a college student. Gen Z sports betting is wrecking my friends' lives."
Okay.
And in our world today, there is a major culture of sports betting and gambling.
Yeah.
Literally everywhere you look,
Literally,
you can gamble.
It's so easy. And the amount of gambling ads,
Yeah.
it is insane.
It's crazy. Not even just during, like, sports games, but, like,
oh, yeah.
on YouTube, there's ads.
All the time.
I go to post on the church Facebook, and there's an ad for, like, Kalshi
Yeah.
and stuff. And it's crazy the kind of things you can wager on now that you can bet on. Stuff like Kalshi, like Poly Market, they're gambling, but they're, like, financial markets.
Right.
But you can bet on literally anything.
Yeah.
And sports betting, this article talked about this, in men ages 18 through 49, 48% of men sports gamble.
Wow.
And I think it's destroying people's lives.
Yeah.
I think it's destroying people's perception of stuff. And I think it's a sin.
Yeah.
And it's become such a normal thing, and I think that clashes with my biblical worldview. I've seen people's lives. There's a guy I know who went broke sports gambling
Yeah.
and sports betting. I know guys who are in debt
Oh, yeah.
for sports betting and gambling just because it starts off with, oh, it's just $100 or just $20,
Yeah.
or, oh, it's house money, but the house always wins.
Right.
And 1 Timothy 6:10 talks about how the love of money is the root of all evil, and the Bible condemns, a love of money and warns that seeking wealth through kind of weird means undermines trust in God's plan.
Yeah.
And it shows that gambling fosters a desire for more and more money, and that goes against spiritual teaching and our moral values as Christians.
Sounds like it clashes with your biblical worldview.
Man, that clashes with my biblical worldview.
That's good. All right, mine's a little different today.
Okay.
I feel like if the audience knows, I I can bring some interesting things. Sometimes they're funny.
Yes.
I do like bringing the funny.
I was going to say, you brought a funny one last week, and I had a really serious one, and I feel like it's going to be the same today. I had this serious life-destroying sports gambling.
No, so, I mean, I had two, and they're both different. I don't know which one to go with.
Okay.
Do you want to go with mass marriage or AI robots?
Dude, I just processed what you said. I don't know. Do you have time for both?
I can try to do both of them really quick.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to know both.
Okay, so I seen this article about an AI robot, and it was this new humanoid AI robot.
Okay.
That some genius brains from all over the world have been working on, and they trained it to play tennis.
Oh, okay.
And I watched some videos of it playing tennis, and it's it's not good.
Yeah.
But it is returning, and they're basically trying to see how many volleys can it keep going with a real human. And I think they said they fed it like 5 hours of tennis knowledge.
Okay.
And this humanoid AI robot picked it up remarkably quick, and that was kind of the article was, wow, this is crazy how fast this robot picked it up. And I was watching this video, and I was like, this is iRobot. This is exactly what that movie, like, it is the plot of that movie. And I think this is why it clashes with my biblical worldview. One, because it leads to this end of the world apocalypse type of thinking, which I don't think lines up with the biblical context of the end of the world. And then it also, I think, puts either fear or an insane amount of trust in something that you shouldn't have an insane amount of trust in.
Yeah.
And I think it breeds one of those two responses in people, which I don't think is healthy. That this insane amount of fear, which the Bible obviously says that God has not given us a spirit of fear. And then this insane trust and confidence in that this is the future, this robot is the future, this technology is the future, which also goes against what the Bible says, that Jesus is the only answer, that our future is heaven, that's where our eyes need to be looking and not to AI robots.
Yeah.
But it was insane. And I was definitely thinking, watching this video, this is how iRobot began.
I mean, if they say they fed it 5 hours of tennis like knowledge, is that like skill of tennis? Like, did they show it like Serena Williams clips, or just like tell it how to play tennis?
I don't know.
Because I know how to, like, I know all about baseball.
Right.
I can't hit a baseball to save my life.
Right.
I know all about like race car driving. The second I hop on a race sim, I'm spinning out within 3 seconds.
Right. I don't know what it was fed, but like it was returning volleys. They were like highlighting its footwork and like, look how good its footwork got. I'm like, this is nuts.
That's so weird. Well, it's interesting how like this AI robot can like play tennis.
Yeah.
But then like the Google AI will give me incorrect information all
the
time.
That's true. That's true.
I don't know, man.
All right,
Mass
so that was
marriage.
one, mass marriage.
I'm so intrigued.
This one is interesting. So at first you're going to be like, why is this clash? And then I'll hit it at the end. So there's a pastor, megachurch pastor in Texas. I think his name is Lakeview, maybe? Lakeview Church in Texas.
I mean, there's like Lakewood Church in Texas.
but it wasn't that.
Not that one. Yeah.
So I think that was what it was. And apparently they have like 8 campuses, like 30,000 people attend on average on a weekend.
Nice.
Massive church. And during February, the beginning of February, the pastor was teaching about marriage, relationships. And he had a big chunk of his message was about the sin of fornication, sex outside of marriage. And he challenged people that if you are living together and you're not married, that you're living outside of God's will and you should get married. And then his church put on an event, and they said, if that is your situation, you can come and get married. And it was a few weeks out.
Yeah.
And so every couple that signed up had to go through like counseling. They had like a bunch of their, like all of their like campus pastors and associate pastors met with every couple. Some of them, they were like, yeah, we're not marrying you. Like, you shouldn't be married. You shouldn't even be with this person. Like, so they vetted every person that signed up, or every couple that signed up which seemed pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then they decided that the church paid for like the photographers, the flowers, wedding cakes. It was kind of an open door event. There was about 1,000 people that showed up.
Wow.
And then these 50 couples that like they had to like, dress themselves, and they bought their rings and stuff.
Yeah.
And then
I would hope they dressed themselves.
and then the pastor, I don't know how it went.
Yeah.
But there was like 50 people or 50 couples that all got married at one time. And so now here was the clash. Because I honestly, the way that they did it, I thought it seemed pretty good.
Yeah.
That, hey, if you're living together, if this is the decision that you've made and you are planning to spend the rest of your life with this person, but you are not under the covenant of marriage that God has ordained, then you're living in sin. You need to repent. You need to correct this, and we're going to give you an opportunity to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And there was an insane amount of people online that were criticizing this church. And I understand that there's people that don't like the mega church model.
Yeah.
I understand that this is unusual. This is strange. That maybe it wasn't the best case scenario because these people should have been married before.
Yeah.
That maybe there was a better way to do it. But I don't think that we should criticize a pastor for working to get his church members outside of, or who are outside of God's will, to get them inside of God's will, and coming up with a creative way to do it. I guess we'll see what the results are.
Yeah.
If in like 5 years, half these couples are divorced, then hey, maybe it didn't work so well. Maybe we shouldn't do this again. And obviously that's still left up to, or, it's still up in the air because it just happened like a week ago.
Yeah. I think you have to, I see where the pastor in that church is coming from. I think it's important if you're the people in that situation to know the motive.
Yeah.
As to why they're getting married. Is it because they actually want out of this sin, or is it just to have a free wedding?
Right.
Is it just because the pastor said it?
Yeah.
And that I don't think that's up for the church to decide. But yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting. I was I could very easily see both sides of the argument. But I think I'm hey, if people are going to get married, they're going to get in covenant. As long as, we said, as long as it's going to pan out and this is how they're going to live their life, then I'm going to be for it and not against it.
Yeah. I like that they vetted everybody too.
Yeah.
Because I could just
first when I read it, I would the first paragraph of the article, I was like, whoa, this could be so dangerous.
The two high school seniors who've been dating for 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, I'm getting married.
Yeah, we're going to get married.
Nope, don't do that.
Yeah, so they said they'd, over the, 3 weeks that it was between his message and the event that they had, that every couple that had signed up had to sit down with one of their, I think it was, their campus pastors, which would make sense.
Yeah.
And their campus pastors, vetted each couple. And apparently it was, almost half of them that they said no to.
Wow. Good.
So.
Yeah, I've heard of churches doing that before. And to be honest, I always thought it was kind of strange.
Yeah.
But I don't think just because I think it's strange that gives me a right to criticize it.
Right.
And that's kind of what your culture clash is anyway.
That's what it is.
I just reiterated what you said, but you said it way better.
It's all right. It's all right. Hey, we got an awesome Bible talk.
I'm so excited.
I am fired up about this Bible talk. So without further ado, I love me some Bible talk.
I love me some Bible talk.
All right, Preston.
I love me some Bible talk.
Love me some Bible talk.
That graphic is crazy.
All right. Hey, you're repping St. Patrick's Day today.
I am repping St. Patrick's Day today.
And
so are you.
So am I.
That's right.
And maybe if you're watching, you're like, no, you're not. You're wearing blue, not green.
Well, Pastor Aaron, the official color designated to St. Patrick by the Catholic Church is blue.
It's blue.
It's sky blue.
Come on.
It's not green. So if you're wearing green 2 days ago when you listen to this, I'm sorry, but you're not celebrating St. Patrick's Day.
That's right.
You're celebrating, I don't know.
A clover and a glass of beer.
Leprechaun Day. Green.
Yeah, so we want to talk about St. Patrick's Day today. We want to talk about the Christian origins, what happened, why now all over the world, not just in America, St. Patrick's Day is a party and drunk fest.
Yeah.
And what happened, why it's like that. understanding the biblical or the actual historical roots of it, and versus why we dye the Chicago River green.
Yes.
Did
you do it?
I guess not why I didn't dye it green, but why they dye the river in Chicago green.
I understand. I didn't tell you this, but when I was a kid, there was a VeggieTales short thing about St. Patrick.
Oh, dude, I remember it.
I thought it was the coolest thing when I was a kid.
Oh, dude, it was a great little short.
I'll put I'm editing the podcast, so I'll put a little picture of it here. But dude, it was so cool.
It was so good.
I remember that having a distinct oh wow, I learned something. It was wow, this holiday has Christian origins.
Yeah.
And St. Patrick was a boss.
Yeah. My favorite part of that was when they ate the pigs.
Yeah. I liked when they talked about pond scum because I thought that was funny.
Oh yeah. So great job, VeggieTales, on that.
Right. But if you don't know, St. Patrick's Day is actually
give them a brief history
it's
here.
It's a holiday. It's rooted in Christianity, and it's celebrating the life of St. Patrick.
Hence
if
the
you
name.
couldn't tell, I had his Latin name in my notes, but I forgot to put it in. It was Patricius or something like that.
Nice.
Patricius, whatever it was. But he was so cool.
He was awesome. He was born in England or Britain, I guess.
Yeah.
And when he was about 16, he was taken captive by pirates.
Yeah, Irish raiders, Gaelic pirates.
And they came and sold him as a slave.
And he was taken to Ireland, where he was like a shepherd.
Yep.
And taking care of the sheep.
Taking care of sheep. They say for about 6 years. He took care of sheep. And he says that during those 6 years, he learned to pray to God.
Yeah. I have written in my notes, I read his, confession thing, or his, confessio today. And he said that he was taken prisoner at about 16. He didn't know the true God. But then he says this: we deserved this because we had gone away from God and did not keep his commandments. We would not listen to our priests. The Lord brought his strong anger against us and scattered us in many nations.
Wow.
I know. So this dude, he felt like he deserved it.
Yeah.
Because of the way that he was living. But then he says that it was there the Lord opened up my awareness of my lack of faith. Even though it came late, I recognized my failings. So I turned with all my heart to the Lord my God, and he looked down on my lowliness.
Come on. And he also, I believe, at that point, after 6 years of shepherding as a slave, right, he said that he had a vision from God, ran away from slavery, escapes on a boat, crosses, I believe it would be the Irish Sea.
Something like that.
Back to Britain, becomes a priest. Well, studies for 20 years.
Yeah.
Becomes a priest. And then he says, hey, God has called me back to the very people that held me in slavery.
I know. And then he goes back to Ireland, where he was held captive,
Crazy.
Where he was a slave. The craziest thing about that vision, too, I was reading this. So that boat, it was 200 miles away.
200 miles away.
And so
it wasn't like he just hopped down a cliff and found a boat.
He ran 200 miles to find this boat.
That's insane.
I know. And then
absolute boss move.
He had a crazy journey also on his way back to Britain.
Yeah.
But we don't have to go into that. But if you want, you should read it.
Yeah, do some research on St. Patrick on your own, because it is wild.
I just looked up St. Patrick Confessio, and it's his life story that he wrote. It's wild.
It's awesome.
Man, it's crazy. But he went back to Ireland, the very same place that he was held prisoner, that he was held as a slave.
Yep.
The place that in this thing he wrote talks about how he hated it.
Yeah.
It was the land of his captivity. He had no good memories, but God called him back, and he obeyed.
Yeah. He talk for a second. I got to grab my laptop, because he had a line that he said that really struck me.
I thought you were asking me to say the line. I'm I don't know what line you're talking about.
No, I'm just grabbing my laptop so I can find it.
But he had this vision. He said, as he was a priest, it was at age 43, and he said that in this vision, he said that all the children of Ireland were stretching out their hands to him, and in that vision, he understood hey, I'm called to do mission work in this pagan area, in this pagan place, and he wrote this in thing too. He says, "I pray for those who believe in and have reverence from God. Some of them may happen to inspect or come upon this writing, of which Patrick, a sinner without learning, wrote in Ireland. May none of them ever say whatever I did, that whatever little I did or made known to please God was done through ignorance. Instead, you can judge and believe in all that it was a gift of God." And that's a dude who's like, he's like, man, I wonder if anyone will stumble upon this ever.
Yeah.
I wonder if anyone's ever going to hear about Patrick.
Yeah.
And we have this, and now it's one of the most recognizable holidays
Yeah.
in the entire world.
He said this as he was going back to Ireland. He said, "I'm ready to be murdered, betrayed, and enslaved, whatever come my way."
That's a boss move, dude.
I'm like, dude, this guy had the exact attitude. I was thinking about the exact attitude that Paul had.
Yeah.
When he was writing, he's like, "Hey, whatever comes, hardships, good times. If they kill me, if they enslave me again, I'm ready to endure." And he goes back to Ireland, plants a church over there, in a barn.
Yeah.
And by the end of his life, there's an estimation that he baptized over 100,000 people.
I know. At that time, that was like the entire nation.
That's insane.
I know.
So, Preston, now here's the question. How in the world did the celebration of such an amazing man of God get turned into a drunken party all over the world where everyone wears green and takes shots and drinks green beer?
And everyone decorates their houses and shamrocks
With shamrocks. Yes.
and stuff. Well, originally, St. Patrick's Day, 3-day of feasting
Yes.
in Ireland.
Yes.
To celebrate what God had done, to celebrate what God did through St. Patrick.
Come on.
And it was in the middle of Lent.
Yep.
And so they would have like a 3 days off of Lent.
Yep.
Where they could just eat, celebrate, do all that. And then in the Great Potato Famine in Ireland, a lot of the Irish left Ireland and went to live in Boston, went and live in the 13 colonies at that time. And when St. Patrick's Day came around, in Ireland, all the pubs would be closed.
Yep.
All the bars would be closed. But in America, they weren't.
Yep.
And so it started off with the Irish who would come to America would celebrate, and they would have they would have a shot for St. Patrick.
Yeah.
Or they would have a little sip for St. Patrick. And then as time went on, the celebration grew and grew. In 1737, they had the first St. Patrick's Day parade.
Yep. New York City.
Yep. And it turned from just a little shot for Patrick to a drink for Patrick to a beer for Patrick. While all the pubs in Ireland were still closed.
Yeah.
But over here in America, they didn't care.
Yeah.
Like, let's party.
Yeah.
And so it had turned into this massive celebration. And then, that's kind of where it stands today.
Yeah. And I was reading that the televisation of the parade is really what sent St. Patrick's Day worldwide.
Yeah.
Was that people would watch this parade on TV in New York City and then eventually in Chicago, Boston. Those kind of three main cities.
Yeah.
And then people all over the world were like, hey, well, let's do that.
Yeah.
And
it gives me an excuse to head down to the pub and have a pint.
That's right.
Why not?
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's kind of where it is today. And why in the world the color green?
Yeah. Has nothing to do with St. Patrick.
Absolutely nothing. Like
his color
we said,
was blue.
His color was blue.
That's why we're wearing blue today.
We specifically
blue hat.
We planned this podcast out yesterday, and we specifically said, "Hey, don't wear green tomorrow. Wear blue."
Yep. It's his color is like specifically sky blue.
Yeah, which I didn't really have anything sky blue.
I don't know. This is like light blue, maybe.
So this was the closest I had was this hoodie.
Yeah.
But
if you're wearing sky blue today, or if you wore sky blue 2 days ago, man, congratulations.
Congratulations. You were really repping St. Patrick's Day.
You did it. Yeah.
But there's a couple different versions of where the green came from. Nobody really exactly knows. Some people pointed it back to apparently St. Patrick would use a shamrock to explain the Trinity to people.
I read that too.
And so it came from this the shamrock.
I mean, that's a great analogy. That's a great illustration.
Yeah. Some people said it kind of originated with the Irish Revolution. and the militia would wear green instead of blue.
Yeah.
And yeah, somehow that green color caught on when it came to America.
And now it's pretty much just a celebration of like Ireland in general.
Yeah.
Or like Irish culture.
Yep.
Instead of celebration of the salvation that God brought through St. Patrick.
Yep. So
it's kind of a bummer.
It is a bummer, and I'll challenge you out there. Hey, if you're listening, why don't you during maybe obviously St. Patrick's Day is already passed by the time this releases, but maybe have a conversation with some people. Hey, do you guys really know what St. Patrick's Day is all about? And let's point this holiday back to what it's really all about, celebrating the great revival that took place because of St. Patrick. That's
right. And if you want to watch that VeggieTales thing, I'm sure it's on YouTube.
I'm sure it is.
I know it's VeggieTales, but it's actually really good.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. And, Patrick, one thing I want to point out about St. Patrick that I loved reading his confessio and this letter that he wrote to some soldiers in Ireland, he's so humble.
Yeah.
He realizes his place in life. There's multiple times, every time he talks about himself, he's saying he's a servant, a worker, lowly, a simple farmhand.
Yeah.
And then on his last little line, he has this line where he calls himself an unlearned sinner indeed. He's humble.
He's humble.
Despite and all the things that he had done, all the great things he did in Ireland, he points it all back to God.
Yeah.
Even though he baptized 100,000 people.
Yeah.
Even though he had this crazy story and this crazy life, he still thinks of himself as an unlearning or an unlearned sinner who is in need of God's grace.
Come on.
He knows that he's not the star of the show.
Come on. That's somebody that I want to follow. Somebody that's humble and points it back to Jesus.
He'd be a great leader.
He would be a great leader.
The one thing I think is crazy too. I know we're probably short on time, but there's only like 2 manuscripts about St. Patrick that are like even around anymore.
Wow.
There's this like massive celebration, and no one's denying the existence of St. Patrick.
Yeah.
But there's like way more about Jesus, and some people are like, nah, he's not real. I was shocked. I was like, 2? Like 2? That's it?
Dang. Well, hey, maybe we'll have to get into that on another podcast.
Man.
It sounds like a podcast topic to me.
It does.
But guys, we're definitely out of time. We're probably a little over time right now, but it's okay.
It's okay. I had fun.
Man, audience, we love you guys. You guys are amazing. Be sure, please, leave us a comment.
Yes.
Don't forget to leave us a like. Subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And I hope you guys have an awesome week. Remember, St. Patrick's Day is way more than just wearing green and taking a shot.
That's
it's
right.
about salvation of Jesus.
Amen. That's all we got.
That's all we got. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Youth and Young Adult Podcast. Youth and Young Adult Podcast. Youth and Young Adult Podcast.